apologize for the long commercial break. We had to get some Band-Aids and things like that. But everybody's good. Nobody was injured in the making of that skit. But hey, we're so glad to have the Littlest Cowboy. Ever since I met you last year, Littlest Cowboy, I've been so impressed by you and your profession. I've done some research. Do you know that for every 1,000 men in this country, only 2.5 of them are cowboys?
I ain't never seen one of them.
Seen one of what?
Half a cowboy?
No. It's just a ratio.
What's the ratio?
For Horatio.
He just never could measure up, I guess.
So tell us, Littlest Cowboy, how is the cattle business?
You know, just like every cowboy, it's got its ups and downs. It's been pretty good this year. Sold my beef for $14 this year.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Now I turn right around, double my money, fold it in half.
That's great. Yeah. What else is new with you?
Oh man, that's a tough question to answer. It's been a long year since we talked last. I've lost one of my cows, lost my horse, and my cow hand.
Wow, that sounds like a big deal for a cowboy. What happened?
Well, it was the cow. You know, it was a big stampede, and they just took off running. He stepped in a hole, broke his leg.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse. I mean, I could have lost both of them.
Oh yeah. A two cow stampede, huh? Is that right?
Yeah.
I bet that was a real dust storm. The 2 cow stampede
I was
there.
lucky to get out alive.
I'm sure you were. Well, what'd you do to the one that broke his leg?
What? I mean, I did what any good cowboy do with a cow that broke his leg. You know. You know, you don't want to do it, but I keep this piece of jerky in my pocket here to remind me of him. I do take a little bit of offense to that fella that was up here earlier making all them jokes about lean beef and I don't know.
Hey, listen, man, nobody's messing with your cows or behavior. Just calm down there, Littlest Cowboy. Well, what did you mean that you had to shoot him? I bet that was tough. What happened to your horse?
Well, that horse, and he got tangled up in some barbed wire, man. Wrapped in barbed wire up everywhere. Got his leg wrapped around. He tried to kick it off and buck me off and try to run. Knock my hat off and was running. Had to go fetch it. Now he fighting so hard he broke his leg.
Wow. So what did you do after he broke his leg?
Well, man, when his horse breaks his leg, it ain't easy, but I wear this hat band. That reminds me of him when I see it on the ground by my right boot. Never eaten much beef jerky without a glass of water.
We may offer you some. It may have glass in it. I'm not sure. Well, so what did you mean? What did you mean you had to shoot him? I bet that was tough.
Rough day in the office.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Ed sometimes can cause trouble too. Well, what happened to your cow hand?
Well, cow hand, just like the rest of the stories, he broke his leg.
Yeah. Well, how did he break his leg?
He was raking leaves.
He broke his leg raking leaves. Now, how did that happen?
He fell out of the tree.
Well, what'd you do for him?
Well, I'd do what any good cowboy do when a cow hand broke his leg.
Yeah, you had to shoot him?
What? No, man. What are you, crazy? I had to put splints on him, put him on his horse, carry him down to town, get some doctrine on him. You city folk, y'all mean you just shot a guy with a broke leg?
But you said you had to do what every cowboy did.
Yeah. We put splints on him and carry him and get some doctrine.
All right, well. Okay, well, let's just change the subject here. We got a lot of shooting and killing and all that. Well, how about, what's your favorite childhood memory?
Ooh, man, I was a child for a long time. Still get accused of it every now and then. I remember my grandpa had a big spread out in Texas, and his neighbor always had a bigger spread, and he always liked to brag about it. He'd come over talking to my grandpa, he'd say, you know what? It takes me 3 days to drive my entire spread, to check all my fences and everything, 3 days. My grandpa looked at him and said, yeah, I used to have a truck like that. That was a good lesson to learn right there, don't you? Buy a good truck.
Absolutely. Well, if, Littlest Cowboy, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Change one thing about myself? It's pretty obvious, man. I mean, I can't even believe you'd ask a question like that. I like smaller ears. You see these?
And a little out of proportion. Well, in closing, what are some lessons that you've learned during your time as a cowboy?
Well, lessons all learned the hard way. I guess the first one would be don't squat on your spurs. Right there. Yeah, never slap a man chewing tobacco. And don't pee on an electric fence.
What about if you're thirsty?
You know the best advice I ever got from a cow, though?
Oh, what's that?
Turn the udder cheek and
Well,
you know what sickness cowboys get from riding horses?
What's that?
Bronchitis. I got that stuff. I got lots of those.
All right. Well, you sure seem like a happy cowboy.
Oh, well, I like to consider myself more like a jolly rancher.
Oh, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the